crafts, pinochle, line dancing, bridge, and there's always a hot lunch available there. The standing rate for hot lunches in the senior centers is around $2.50, but they will, if you are really busted, you get it for free, guys. That's the way it is. Same with that restaurant deal, the $3 charge. If you're really low income, they will cover it with a scholarship. Hey, thank God for our senior credit. The people up here that care, not Congress. Congress just slashed, incidentally, the funding for our senior groups up here. They're going to no longer be able to have a lot of our programs because they've been cut. The jobs program, among others. Some seniors could still qualify for a sit-down job. That's been cut. Thank you, Congress. Okay, lots of other things going on over there. The Dunkirk Senior Center there on 4th Street. Make sure you drop around if you live in the area. Make sure you join. They've done a lot of work over there. They've renovated it, new carpeting, new painting, all kinds of wonderful things. Hallways have been painted, and the hallways go on and on forever. You have a lending library there. We're talking about libraries. Yeah, you can go in, borrow books, you can borrow CDs, you can borrow all kinds of wonderful things from their lending library. Good idea, seniors. We have the Sheridan seniors. They are wonderful people who meet at the St. John Bosco Home. They have a happy senior song. They sing. I got to have them come in here and sing it. They also get involved with Forestville. And they had a speaker there, David Griffin. He's a steward. He goes around the world with the American Airlines. And he talked about Beijing. He's been there a number of times. It was a forbidden city. No one could go there excepting the royalty, the big guns, you know, the Senate. David Griffin of Nunda, New York. You know, the Great Wall of China. You know how he tells us it is 5,000 miles long. Can you imagine a wall that's that high and that thick that runs for 5,000 miles? They put it up to keep the Huns away. Didn't work, incidentally. Forestville seniors have invited the Sheridan Happy seniors to the Mother and Father luncheon at the Kosciuszko Club May 19th at noon. Get over there if you're interested. AARP as a group, they have a meeting usually on once a month in the middle of the month. Drop around with them. Dunkirk seniors, Loretta Hemick led the members in the Pledge of Allegiance, and they're the ones who have that beautiful location on 4th Street. I wanted to mention they have new officers. The president is Loretta Hemick, Vice President Helen Barone. You know these people, everybody in the area. The secretary is Josie Walensky, and the treasurer is Ruth McCoyak. They're having a big installation dinner at the Dunkirk Senior Center, 5 p.m. on Tuesday, May 17th. Pork chops, fresh corn. Mark Carmel, last but not least, I'm sorry, I'm right in the middle of this. Silver Creek has a group over there, another group, Carm Tampio, and she wanted to mention that they're having a Mother's Day, Father's Day luncheon at the Colony on June 1st, 12:30. Don't miss that one. Going to Seneca Allegheny Casino. Most of the senior groups have casino trips, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a hint. They give you chips, and they also often give you a free bus ride just to get you in there. Go in, play your chips. If you win, walk away. If you lose, walk away. Otherwise, you will lose this thing right here, your shirt. Don't gamble. Just use the chips you get for free. And okay, right, I agreed. We're out of time. There's no more time for senior report news. So we're finished. We're going to have, I've got a public service announcement for you right here, and then we'll be listening to the doc. Dr. John Hamels will be talking about some of the local things of interest to you. This is for you. This is a special little note for you.
There's a place not so far away. A place where you don't have to keep the volume down. Or clean up your room. A place where you don't have to make time for free time. You don't have to do anything but show up. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you. The proud you. You may even meet the curious you.
Tickling me. You!
There are lots of yous to catch up with. Ask your parents to take you to this not-so-far-away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org.
Okay, there we go, guys. I have a guy here. He shoots from the hip. This is John Hamels. Doc, you're on, Doc.
Good morning, Reed, and welcome to our guest that you'll be hearing from here in a little bit. Reed, did you know that the Wall of China is the only man-made structure that you can see from outer space?
I did know that, and I know that it's the most. It took, I think, several, I don't know, 100 years to build the thing.
More or less, plus or minus.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everyone. As you know, a lot of times I try to bring some interesting pieces of information to our viewers. And this week I had the opportunity to listen to a gentleman speak on something called an energy audit. And Chautauqua Opportunities throughout the county does this sort of thing. And I thought that this might be an interesting piece of information to share with all of you. Jeff Zook, our magician, will be putting some information up here right in front of me in just a second. And there'll be some phone numbers that there you go, thanks Jeff. Some information that you can call to schedule an audit. These numbers, one's in Jamestown, the other one's in Dunkirk. It's a free call, obviously. You call them, they'll give you information on how to arrange an audit. And very often it's free because it's a sliding scale, and I've looked at the chart, and I would say 99% of people in Chautauqua County should be able to get a free energy audit. So why would you do this? Okay, you know, Reed's talking to us all the time every week about how things are getting slashed and our discretionary money in our pockets are disappearing. Well, it's better than letting the hot air run out of your windows, your doors, or through your basement or whatever. And they'll come out. They'll run a variety of tests, and they'll let you know what you can do to make your house warmer and more efficient. And in some cases, they can provide the services free of charge. I know Reed and I were talking earlier that he had an audit done and was very satisfied. Maybe he'll comment on that when I'm done here. But anyways, Chautauqua Opportunities offers this service to folks throughout the county. Call those numbers, and they'll arrange some folks to come out to do an audit, and they're open from 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. So folks, it's something that's there for you, and it's a great opportunity. A couple other things to share with you today is that if you're in the Jamestown area, and I know these things I'm talking about are going to just happen today, but at 6:30 down at Cooper's Cafe, yours truly and my business partner Bill Drello will be playing for tips that will be donated to the Humane Society of Jamestown. So from 6:30 to about 9 o'clock tonight, 8:30, I don't know, whatever it is, till we stop, I guess, we're going to be playing out at Cooper's Cafe. I've never been there before, but I hear it's really a great place to be. And finally, I'll just share with you, I'll throw this over here. Today is the day before, you know what, Easter. And all throughout the county, I think there's Easter egg hunts everywhere. And the one that I want to tell you about today is that at the Children's Safety Village, Route 394, near right off the Bosey Center, there's the old rabbit. You're not going to see this particular egg. This is from Germany. Friends of ours sent it to us years ago, but I thought I'd bring it as a prop. But for $1, you register your children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews down at the Children's Safety Village in Nashville. And around 12 o'clock, we're going to open up the floodgates, and kids are going to go looking for all kinds of prizes. There was an article in the paper a while back, and I think there's going to be some bikes and candy and other sort of different prizes for the kids. So enjoy the day. I've checked the weather report right around noonish, 1 o'clock throughout there. The weather's supposed to clear off. It's supposed to be a great day. So happy Easter, everybody. Back to you, Reed.
Thank you, John. Doc, tells the story as it is. Easter egg rolls everywhere in Stanley. Check your local village. Usually they have it in the parks. I think we're having one right in Westfield, aren't we? They usually do in the Moore Park. But at any rate, check around. You will have Easter eggs all over the place, and they won't be camouflaged like they are in that silly ad on TV. We've got a special pair of guests here. We have Nancy Nixon from the Westfield Library. She basically is a Renaissance lady over there. She does a lot of things. She's curator of the museum. You have that beautiful art gallery, right? And does senior services. And she is a research artist. She's like a giant spade. I called in recently, asked for some very esoteric information. Bingo, she had it in a wink. That's one of the things that's great about the Westfield Library. We also have the director of the library, Eli Guinnee. It's a French, he's spelled French, and you can't tell how it's pronounced.
Right. I always tell people, just call me Eli.
Eli.
Yeah.
Okay. Eli Guinnee. He's the director over there, meaning that he's the guy where the buck finally ends on his desk, and doing a great job. And I want to just, without any further ado, since you folks don't even think you're going to get a chance to speak on this show. Good morning, Eli and
morning.
Nancy.
Good morning.
So
Thanks
Eli, tell me, where are you from? Where do you hail from?
Originally from Colorado.
Colorado. Wait, that's a place. I love Colorado.
Do you?
There's a great. I many years ago in Colorado, southern Colorado, down past way down. There was a commune movement, and a bunch of communes grew up down there, including Red Rock, and including Libre. Libre's in all the Mother Earth catalogs. They talk about it all the time. It was a free love commune, and actually it was artists. Libre was the artists. The Red Rock was a bunch of engineers. And then they had one they called the farm, all in the big valleys down south of that area. And I was very close. One of my favorite instructors in art was a co-founder of Libre, and my cousin lived there. So I used to go out there and spend some time there. It was just terrific because they had a free sort of spirit, a free existence, and no government, and a huge property. They all built geodomes, and this is part of the Colorado thing. And I'll tell you, I got stories about that place I could tell you.
I've built a geodome.
Oh, did you?
But not on a free love commune.
Well, actually, there was one of the founders was. I'll tell you a quick story. One of the founders was a guy named Peter Rabbit, who was actually a fugitive from the law. And Peter, he was a very well-known author, counterculture. And this is in the 60s, back when this was, the hippies were big and well-liked. And down there, they grew pot everywhere. You'd go to somebody's house, they'd give you a cigar. And they laughed when they said you're from New York. They said, "Oh, you smoke the New York Slims." But at any rate, I was not a pothead, incidentally. But Peter Rabbit was out looking for. He developed a system of making a geodome. It's basically 3 different triangles, which are properly constructed. The biggest one on Earth is a 60-foot diameter, which the engineers put up. It was considered a theater, and all the people gather in Red Rock and have their shows and things. At any rate, Peter was looking for car tops. He'd take them and bend them into the triangle and put them down, and they were a very, very effective way to make a great geodome. And he went to junk shops, junk yards everywhere, and he'd gone to all the junk yards, and he got all the tops. He was short one top. He said, "I need one more top," and he was just brokenhearted. He was heading back to Libre. He went up through the mountains and went past a motel, and just down the street from the motel on the road was parked a brand new Cadillac. Peter took his axe, and what they do is whack the roof off. They use the roof. Whack, 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 4 shots, and he had his geodome. That's not funny, I know. At any rate, Colorado's a great place. So what brought you over here to Westfield? I mean, that's a distance.
It is. It's a long story, but we had moved from Colorado to Edinburgh, Scotland, where I worked at the National Library of Scotland. My wife was getting her PhD there.
Scotland, that's the capital. That's a long ways away, right?
It's a long ways away.
Did you play golf? Did you play golf?
What's that?
Did you ever play golf over there?
Played a little bit, but not in Scotland.
Well, that's where it started.
Yeah, well, we've been to the St. Andrews course.
Yeah.
Seen some great courses there. But
From
there, we moved to Buffalo, and I worked at the Buffalo Science Museum Library. My wife worked also at the Buffalo Science Museum. And then from there, once we had kids, we adopted 3 children. Hi, girls. And
what are their names?
Deasia, Destiny, and Delilah.
Do you have any pets?
We do. We've got a dog Olive and a cat Momo.
There you go. People are more interested in your pets than your kids, you know?
So once we had 3 kids, we wanted to live in a small town, and Westfield was just the place we were looking for.
Absolutely the best. Westfield is divine. It has everything, including a fabulous library and a hospital. I mean, what else do you need? Senior housing, the works, and it has recreation and parks and everything. It's a fantastic place to raise kids.
It is a town that works really well, and we want to keep it that way. And as you say, Patterson Library is a fantastic place. It's really, I like to say, pound for pound or dollar for dollar, one of the best libraries in the country. And I think we can take that for granted a lot of times, but it's really a special place. And
How about your budget? Give us a ballpark. What do you spend a year there?
oh, about $250,000 for operating budget.
Which is peanuts. I served on a library board in Long Island, the county library board. Some of our libraries had $2 or $3 million budget, at least. This